Okay, so we've talked about grooving the takeaway. The next step, we could talk about getting into the full swing, but I think this is a perfect time to talk about grooving impact, because that first part of the takeaway leads us to about a halfway back position, or maybe a 1/3 of the way back position. And that's a really good place to start from when we talk about grooving impact. We don't actually have to make a full swing, and potentially making a full swing, or even most likely making a full swing, is going to make it really hard for us to groove that perfect impact position that we're looking for. So if we can get set up and we can go ahead and put a ball there, we're getting ready, pretending we're getting ready to tee off. We're going to brace our right leg, going to set the handle forward, and then make sure our spine tilt goes back away from the target slightly to allow for a kind of shallow angle of attack, or potentially even upward angle of attack. We can go ahead and get set up in that position, bump our hands forward, do a couple rehearsals where we really just feel like our upper body is turning, that left shoulder is going toward the golf ball, and we're just turning to about right here, where our hands might be at waist level or a little bit higher. And then we're going to go ahead and just come through and really feel like our left shoulder, our left hip, our left knee, everything is really racing up and left to allow us to maintain those alignments all the way through impact. So what we're looking for through impact when we're working on this drill is the left shoulder really outracing and the body outracing the club head, so that past impact we could see a club face that's still square to the arc. So once we've done a couple rehearsals, and they'll look something like this: brace, set, tilt a bit, set the handle forward, turn back, turn through, turn back, turn through. Once we've done a couple of those rehearsals, we can go ahead and hit one where we'll brace, set, make sure we're tilted a little bit, and then we're going to turn back and turn through. And so on that shot, what we're looking for, or what we're trying to feel, is a really aggressive upper body to allow for this club head to maintain its alignments, the club shaft and the head and the arms and the body to all maintain their alignments, so that through impact we don't lose any club face to path relationship. That's what's going to make us a really accurate driver. So when we're doing this drill, one really, really big thing to remember, and I think probably the most important thing to remember, is what our body is doing as it comes through impact. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about some physics from a video I did way back. It was called How to Stop Flipping, and it was the first time that I really understood that the upper body needed to continue to turn in order to maintain the alignments coming through impact. So if you imagine I've got a rock on the end of a string, and I'm holding that string with my right hand here. If I'm spinning that rock around in a circle with my wrist, if at any time I were to stop spinning, or if I were to just let go with my hand, wherever that rock was in its rotation, it would just take off from there. So if I'm spinning, 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 and I let go, and I let go as the rock's coming around here, it's going to go straight into the ground. If I keep pulling and spinning and working my wrist and really dragging that rock around in the circle, then the rock maintains lag, it maintains energy, it maintains speed, and it can just keep going around in that circle. So the way that that relates to our golf swing is that if I'm coming through impact and my upper body just stops at any point, the club head, now its momentum is going to take over and flip through impact. And that's why we see a lot of players, as we mentioned before in one of the other modules, we see a lot of players at impact where the club is doing a lot of flipping coming through. And that's because their club face is either not in a good position to continue to turn and drive through, or it might be in a good position and they just haven't grooved this really powerful turn through impact. So that's the physics behind why the upper body, the left shoulder and the left side and the left hip really have to drive through impact. We've got to maintain this pull, or this centripetal force on the golf club, to maintain that acceleration and maintain our alignments.